like we up. We want to make sure we up in all areas. Black signal has went out. Black signal has went out. Black line is up. Yep, we're live. It says we're live on Facebook, so I need to refresh the screen. Should be live on YouTube. I have to refresh the screen. Got everything froze. One of the chat windows is up. Glad y'all here. Those that are here to join us. We're about to do our Toast and Talk Kuumba. It's late night, late evening edition, the late edition. You know, I had a few things that I had to do this morning. I slept in and I woke up and found out, hey, we going. I said, oh, shit. All right. If I'd have known this, you know, I could have got up and did my show early, but, you know, doing things in the regular Gye-Nyame fashion. We saw, we overcame, and now we're live. God damn it, we're live. We're going to open up the lines for callers after we get done with the toast. We want to make sure we handle the toast and get our ancestors taken care of. They can have a early dinner with us, you know, because we take care of them every day. You know, so every now and then we could be late. I don't even consider it late. It's right on time, right? So we're going to do our show, going to sing our songs, have our conversation. If y'all out there, one of the things I want to look at was a video, and I'm not going to show the video, but we're going to have the discussion because I want to kind of discuss the video with Lil Boozy. He ain't Lil Boozy no more. He called Boozy Badass. Had a discussion with Vlad about reparations. I think it's an interesting look, and I think it will help some of us hone our conversational skills, but then it also brings up some questions. You know what I'm saying? It reveals some things, and it also brings up some questions, and maybe we'll get into some of those in our discussion. And, you know, like I said, the show will be as long as y'all desire the show to be. Like I said, depending on who calls in or what pops off, we'll get on, get off. We do what we came to do and get off. Have a little short conversation. Hopefully some of y'all will share them and we could grow with these conversations. If not, we'll do our toast, handle our business, and keep it moving, right? Keep it moving. So this is that Toast and Talk. Make sure you like, make sure you share. You know what I'm saying? Get it over to all your family and friends. Do some watch parties. Let's build up our numbers. Because, you know, we got fundraising we got to do. It's almost, we got 4 months until we are going to be doing the Malcolm X Festival. We want to do it up big this year. And we're counting on you. We're going to do our part. But we're counting on you to do your part. And hopefully some of y'all might be able to arrange some of y'all vacation days. And y'all come down and kick it with us. It's a one-day festival. You come out, you have a good time, have a good speaker, have some good bands, eat some good food, meet some good people, you know what I'm saying, and learn and network, right? Come out, some of y'all that are vendors, come out, do some business, and let's grow together. It's nothing like it. Nothing more powerful than it. And I know a lot of people out. They're like, man, brother Tim, brother, why you sent me this text in the middle of the day? I was up early this morning. I had my glass and everything. We was about to go, but brother, you blew it. You blew it. I was going to make the toast today, but now we already drinking, having a good time. So turn it on with your friends. You know what I'm saying? Sit up and laugh at the old man. Laugh with the old man. Save me a drink. You know what I'm saying? Invite me over. You know, just type it in, brother. I tell you, we at such and such. Come get a drink with us. You know what I'm saying? Let's kick it. Let's talk about this ADOS life. Let's talk about what's going on in the conscious community. Let's build, brother. Got some brothers here that's ready to invest. They ready to learn something. They ready to do and take actions. That's what we need. That's what we need. So, family, without any further ado, I want to welcome you to the Congregation of the Mighty, the place where, the home of the stubborn minority, the place where your hustle builds muscle. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. We back up. Everything is working now. This is a Heart of a Simple production. And this is the Daily Toast, the late edition. Where we strive to blow up your old paradigm. Grab your glass. Get your Gye-Nyame shoes. Get your Gye-Nyame shocks. Get your Daily Toaster shirt. Let's kick it. Drink your water. Come on, drink your water. But first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Oh, that feels so good. Drink. Or should I say, breathe, then drink. Now, grab your glass and get some water. Get your pitcher of that water. Lift that pitcher of that water. Simply pour some water. Drink. Or should I say, lift, pour, then drink. Now move your body and drink some water. I know it's late. Come on. Move your body and drink some water. Roll them shoulders. Move your body and drink some water. Come on, work that name. Family, move your body. Come on. Oh. Drink. Or should I say, move, then drink. Now, raise your glass and toast your ancestors. What? Raise your glass and toast your ancestors, huh? Raise your glass and toast your ancestors, fam. Just raise your glass. Drink. Or should I say, raise, toast, then drink? Now let me remind you, just in case you forgot, listen. Take your breath and drink some water. Lift and pour yourself some water. Step 2, move your body, drink some water. Come on, step 3, raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Drink. Oh, man, I messed up. But hold on, we still got the 4 pillars. Drink, breathe, lift, move. Oh, messed that up too. But hey, anyway, take your breath, lift and pour, move your body, raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Drink up. Drink your water. Drink. Drink your water. Take your breath. Lift and pour. Move your body. Toast your ancestors. Drink your water, family. Shouts out to Sister Jackie. I see you out there, family, but I don't know why it's not popping up on my YouTube vision, but of course, hopefully it will be on my, no, it's not even showing up on my YouTube channel. I don't understand how Sister Jackie was posting up all of these things and I missed it. Happy New Year's to you. Hopefully you staying in motion going into 2020, you know what I'm saying? Because our generation, we in those 50s right now, you know what I'm saying? We got to stay loose and nimble because some of these young people, you know, like I said, we still got some of those moves to take some of these young people out, family. But nevertheless, we here, you know, and when I do my little song for those that's new, that don't understand, I'm trying to encourage you to do the things so that you can stay healthy because it makes no sense for us to toast our ancestors if we're falling apart. And even if we're falling apart, we need to start moving towards giving our body what it needs to build. Thing number one, conscious breathing, right? Don't have to necessarily be a meditation. You don't have to do no 45 minutes. I find just sometimes just taking a breath when I'm doing the show on purpose, I start feeling it. And I start feeling it in my head. My head get kind of light and I'm feeling good because I'm taking those deep breaths through my nose all the way down into my belly. Right? A lot of the diseases we are contracting now comes from us not doing conscious breaths, come from us not doing some simple things. And on the 4 pillars of health, the first one is that breathing. The second one is getting the proper amounts of water. Family, you will be surprised how many of the diseases or how many of the ailments that we have come from a lack of from us not drinking enough water. I'm talking about water. I ain't talking about coffee. I ain't talking about tea. I ain't talking about pop. I'm talking about the actual liquid of life. The thing that you're 70% made of. Water. You should drink half your weight in ounces. Then you need to eat a culturally appropriate diet. Brother Hatim, what does that mean? If you are of African descent, you may want to look up, type in African Heritage Diet. Look it up. You know what I'm saying? It's something that's easy. Simple things that you may need. A few simple things you need to change in your diet to start adding some of those cultural elements into your diet that you were designed for. Your body was designed for. All right, Sister Jack say, wow, I'm impressed. I haven't been here in a minute and all is well with the world. I see you still in. I'm trying. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of rough out here. I'm running super late. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the families already gave up on me. They like, damn, Brother Hatim. You know what I'm saying? We ain't used to this super late shit. But hey, it is what it is. It is what it is, you know. So I work with what I got and we could build. I'll be opening up the lines. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do the toast because I want to make sure that every day we're toasting our ancestors. Family, it's important that we take the time to celebrate our past. Celebrate those people upon whom shoulders we stand. Those ones that showed us love, that surrounded us and encouraged us and checked us and praised us when we needed it. Right? So that's why we do the toast, to celebrate those individuals. So without any further ado, let's do it. I'm going to use the last little bit of my Ambrosia Red. This is one that I make. I got a couple people that order this on a regular basis. So this is one of the ones that I kept. So we got some Ambrosia Red that we're going to be sipping on as we do the toast. So you'll notice that it's not as red as it was because, like I said, I don't do y'all call it kombucha because that's the closest thing that you understand. But the actual name for the brand that I make is called June. She said, I need some ambrosia, man. All right, well, we're going to have to arrange something, Jack, because I don't like sending it over the mail because it'll come. Might be blown up. They be shake. I mean, the boxes be getting shook up and all that. Shouts out to Sister Navita. I see you out there. I want to make sure it's of quality when you get it. And then also, I would love to get somebody in your area that want to learn how to make it. Because then I can send them this stuff and then people can start gathering around them. Because the whole idea behind ambrosia is not only to business aspect, which is important. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? I understand that we need money, but this is a health product that I think that if we get enough people to support somebody in a certain area, we get them to start brewing this or brewing it or fermenting, whatever style you want to take, because I could explain that to the person that want to do it. You get it in your own hometown, and you start providing for people within your area. You can't call it that ambrosia, though. That's my name, unless you know. You become a subsidiary. You know what I'm saying? Gye-Nyame Journey. Then, you know, like I got to tighten up my collar when we talk business. You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? And it's a health drink. Now, what's different from mine than regular kombucha is, once again, I don't use black tea. I use green tea. You know what I'm saying? I use 4 to 5 different types of green tea. All right? Divulge my ingredients. And, you know, I have a certain mix that I like to use. All of them are high quality green teas. And I use raw honey rather than sugar. We got enough sugar in our community. Honey is a little bit better. I just, you know, I don't know. I don't understand Navita. Navita just sent me a text message. I don't understand. Let me see. Maybe she wrote something down. Okay. All the Jackie stuff is popping up now. Okay, cool. And so what we're gonna do, and what I do is, another reason it will be hard for me to ship it to you, Jackie, because I don't kill. See, because what a lot of people don't understand is, when you go to the stores, a lot of products in the stores are, especially products that deal with fermentation, they stop the process, which means they kill the bacteria and yeast. So what you're drinking basically is sugar water. You know what I'm saying? Not throw shade on anybody out there, but you drinking sugar water. You know what I'm saying? Because in order to stop the process, because the natural state of kombucha, June, these things is to move and continue ferment until all of the sugar is ate out. And that means that some alcohol is going to be released. That means that there's a possibility that it could turn towards vinegar. But, you know, if you stop the process, then you have to kill the bacteria and yeast. You know what I'm saying? Which does the carbonation. So if if it's carbonated, then you might have to wonder where that carbonation is coming from, if they killed everything. Because like I said, if you allow it to stay alive, there's no way that you could control the amount of alcohol that's produced in the product. Because, you know what I'm saying, if you got if it's active, the yeast and the bacteria is going to create alcohol. They do what they do. You know what I'm saying? So, lifting it up, looking at it, smelling it. This one is aging good. I just got this batch out, and it was gone like in 2 days when I got done. Anyway, so we're going to raise up our glass, and we're going to salute the creator by whatever name you choose to call the creator. We raise up the glass, and we salute that creator, and we say, Ashe! That's right. From their family. From their family. We lift our glass up and we salute our ancestors, right? So we raise up that glass, we salute them, and we pull it out. And we say, we want to salute Miles Brown, Mazan, Robert Tex, Anna Davis, Herman Brown, Senior, Rosalie, Tilly, Jordan, William Walter, Chris Petty, Gas, Lena, Chris, I'm Fiend, Cleveland, Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvar Brown, Jenny Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Fallard, Montague Pippinell, Normal X, William Bill Moss, Brothers Rose, Sterling, and Lucy Wright, Derek L. Pulley, Alexa Brother, Miss Edith Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Lonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janice Foster, Charles Jordan, Carol Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Trigg, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Prince Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Randleman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend J. Smith, Lois Henderson, Calvin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kellen D. Russell, Susan B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Dale Hines, Mel Dale Hines Jr., Herman Copeland, Mitchell Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bird Beatty, Sarah Weather, Vita Farmer, Argo Sosu, Cheryl Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Deolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Leonard Dixon, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Erica Trisha Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary, Eliza Perch Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, Mary Esther Keach Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy, Selvin Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mitchell Owens, Booker T. Bolton, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Heather Pearson, Sergeant Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavina Hall, Freeman Banks, Mary Marshall, Peter Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quails, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quails, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S. Johnson, Rita Johnson, Leon Johnson, Charles W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry World, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Hannah Levester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Nelda Caleb, Rosemary Martinez, Diana Matette Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Elma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey Allen Ohio, Frank Russell Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Mina Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carla Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amico Russ, Dylan Monayes, Gina Ruth Jones, Jana Callahan. We got William Walter West, Nigel Perez, Elder Basiji Polani, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonia Johnson, Denise Wallace, DeFridas Hines, Inez Bostic, Edna Bostic, Winifred Scanabay, Wilson Haley, Emma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Sprouting, Kevin Sprouting, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee, Print Up Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbur Longmire, Ada Catney, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Pina Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Nalon Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue-Ann Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols. Woo! Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, also known as Uncle Buki, also known as Gypsy, Reverend Roosevelt Word the First, Stacey Trash, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Urban, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Stephenson, Dan Wilkinson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Mina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Glebus, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Boy Irby, Junko Shea, Georgia and Hallie Johnson, Archie Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Becca, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eula and Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Haskell, Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Harriet McKay, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Nino Baby Hatch, Sr., Melly Miller, Housie Hashtag, Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Ag Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Dorita Ross. Shouts out to Brother Kwame, Viola Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Neely Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Maddie and Charlie Scott, Artie Casey, Thomas Cover, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornenda Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, May Francis, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Harrison, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heath Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Vanilla, Albert Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Erlington Houston, Let Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls in West Staten, Joe Jamel Alls, Ann Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Beth Vaughn, John Dewey, Rue Beard, Tim Butler, Remy Lloyd Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Barbara Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Brownlee Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruby Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Urban, Haroon Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Irvin Sr., Michael Urban, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Carwell Sr., Robert Lee Carwell, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rashard Easley, Jabez McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shekamaha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward R. Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Lois Fernandez, Jacqueline Broadus, Reginald Albert, Mazarin Corporal, George Swan, Imania Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles H. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlie Morgan, Sybil Edwards McNabb, Annie Ferguson, William Ferguson, Shelby McClendon. We got Joetta Giles, James Carswell, Roberta Adams, also known as Aunt Sis. We got Elder Shaka McNair. We got Anthony Brown. We got Jonathan Ford, Lottie O'Shea, Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shane Lewis, Ronald Sheldon Jr., Damian Top, Westina Banks, Joseph Bingham, Quincy, Mama, Aunt Lady, Abraham Isaac Cundiff, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joy, Ryan Ross Riggins, Jamonte, Marcus Price, Ness Words, Marshawn McHale, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jefferson, Rob Mickens, Eric Walker, Quincy Sample, Candace Simmons, Summer Clayton, Leonard Jones, Sonny Garner, Melvin Scott Sr., Elder Clarence Lumpkin, Elizabeth Johnson, Frank Smith, Stacey Trice, Denise Correa, Nathaniel Hassan Turner, Khaled is in transition, Demetrius Lewis Flynn, Alberta Woods, Geneva Simmons, Daniel Tilley, Angeline Gant, Sharifa, Oscar Kane, Audrey Gripper, Dominique Nichols, Ruthie Lane Johnson, Teresa Sambu, Aunt Maxine, Uncle James, Henry Margaret III, Tamara Dowdy, Nicole Harris, Julia Taylor, Richard Bozeman II, Ruth Carter, John Carter, Mr. Thornton, Johanna, Cassandra Lynette Lewis, Henderson Mosley, Charles Jordan, Henry Essex II, Fannie L. Webb, Dan Walton, Al-Lauti Sue Walton, Emma Walton, James Randolph Giles, Pete Walton, William Walter, Fred Powers, Elijah Juan Hakeem and Como, Alberta T. Davis, Charles Davis, Willie R. Mackey, also known as Dr. Creamy Mackey, Victor Bowden, Drusilla Kitty Berger, Lucy White, Robert Lee White, Emma Jean White, Talton, Roger White, R.L. White, Jesse White, Ruby Jewel White, Johnson Carl White, Desi Woods, T.Lar Woods Lennox, Jim Woods, Lizzie Woods, Juanita Alexander Brown, Cynthia Ann Wright, Richard Dorsey, Andy Simpson, Jamara Simpson, Regina Hopkins, Joseph Simpson, Nettie Dorsey, Eleanor Hopkins, Edward Webster, Alice Webster, Ivy Webster, Arnella Willis, Ethel Lane, Samanda Damon, Ethel Marshall. Who knows an equation with the following numbers? 2e pi and question mark for a theoretical $500. Steve Dougie Shelton, William Bill Walker, Carl Rico Johnson, Kim Gray, Stuart A. Johnson, Edward Young III, Isaac Jackson Sr., Drusilla Merle, Wayne Young, Christina Young, Thomas Young, Frank Merle, Sylvester Foster, James and Lizzie Winston, Abe and Julia Lawrence. We give it up to all of our ancestors and we raise up the glass and we say, Ashe. From there, family, we move to the present moment. What moment are we in? Brother Hatem, we are in the moment of Kuumba. We are on the day of Kuumba. It is Kuumba Day, and we want to give all the Kuumba babies a round of applause. Oh, Kuumba, Kuumba. You are such a beautiful day, Kuumba. Thank you for being in our lives. We are asking everybody to activate those reticular formations, even though the day is almost over. Some of y'all will come up with some creative ways to do some creative shit this evening. So please, let us know about some of the creative things that's going on in our community. Once again, we have to start practicing identifying our principles. We have to practice looking for our principles. All seven of them are active around us at all times. What we have to do is perfect the eye for being able to see them. And through seeing them, we will develop the ability to identify them and use those moments as teachable moments so that we can always remind ourselves and we can remind others that at our essence, we are doing work. Many of us, right? You know what I'm saying? And you could use it as an example for those that don't want to do the work, about the importance of the work, right? So we want you to activate the reticular formation, and we want you to start identifying the principle of the day, which is Kuumba. When you find it, share it on your timeline. Hashtag Kuumba, hashtag Kuumba File, hashtag Kuumba Day, hashtag Kuumba, I'm a Kuumba baby, however you want to hashtag it. And then also post it on the Gye-Nyame Journey page, right? Not the group, but the page, please. See, because the family, the group is private. I want the world to see it. Although you can post it in both places. Let's say that. You know what I'm saying? But don't hide it from all of the almost. We almost at 900. We're almost at 900. It's slow moving, right? Slow moving, right? But we building it up. We want people to know that we are active. You know, and if some of our activism is nothing but being able to identify the principles, that goes a long way towards helping us, right? Because it helps with some of the arguments that people will throw up when we are talking about reparations, when we're talking about us building our own communities and taking care of learning how to, because there's a lot of angst, there's a lot of negativity that pops up when you start talking about black empowerment, when you start talking about us, you know what I'm saying, standing up for ourselves. There's a lot of anger out there. You know what I'm saying? Be like, Shouts out to Miss Regina Alassane. Let me go on, and she says, peace. This evening I was a judge for Ohio Marketing Association. I watched amazing black entrepreneurs pitching their marketing and branding strategy. Was definitely hashtag Kuumba. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You understand? We have to start seeing it because it's out there. So family, we want to make sure that those that don't speak the language understand that Kuumba means creativity. The modic principle for the day is, and we're gonna have to backtrack and make sure people understand when we say modic principle, what it means for those that's new. The modic principle of the day is order. The color is orange, as you See by the big orange Gye-Nyame right there. Male name for the day is Kwame. Female name is Ama. So, we raise up our glass to this moment, because in this moment is our power. And if we grasp it, family, we can change and shape the future and bend it to our will. You know what I'm saying? Because it's about power. I'm an 8, so like I said, we'll discuss that. So we gotta, I gotta get people up in here throwing out the questions or bringing up subjects so we could talk about some of the ideas behind Gye-Nyame, right? Power. You know what I'm saying? Because we have been taught not to seek power in our community, not to seek power in our lives because it corrupts, right? But we need power to get shit done. As the man Orlando Jones said in playing the character of a Nazi, you know what I'm saying? Anger gets shit done, right? But it also takes that power, you know what I'm saying, behind that anger to get shit done, right? So we got to stop being afraid of power and start training our children in creative ways, using their Kuumba to come up with creative ways to snatch power from those that would want to keep us up under their thumb. Because this whole society is built on others keeping us under their thumb, or better yet, them standing up on our back. When we stand up, motherfuckers get uncomfortable. They start slipping off and falling off and like, why you want to stand up now? Been 400 years, you ain't want to stand up. Motherfucker, it's been 75 years since the last time y'all stood up. All of a sudden, you want to stand up and make everybody else uncomfortable? That's what they're telling us. That's why it's important that we grasp the moment and we push forward with our agenda. And we don't all have to agree. You know what I'm saying? And I'm tired of it. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have beef, family. That's part of growth. You know what I'm saying? Growth. When the human body start growing, shit start tearing. You know, you remember going through puberty? You know what I'm saying? And when I first got my beard, my face was itching and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? You start getting hair up under your arms and in your private spots. You're like, this shit I can't sit still. And you start sweating and the sweat it smells now. It's very uncomfortable and your body starts stretching and you like, what the hell going on? Same thing with working out. In order for things to grow, in order for things to get stronger, there's going to be some tearing. There's going to be some pain. There's going to be some suffering. That's the only time that change is happening. If you're comfortable, and if everybody is comfortable as a group, there is no growth. And we need to be concerned. In family, in the last few years, there has not been no growth because many of us are comfortable. When you start talking to people and they're coming at you from a point of comfort, you know what I'm saying? That's letting you know there's no growth. So we raise our glass to this moment because in this moment, we are going to make people uncomfortable because when you grasp the moment, you get a clear view of the past. You get a clear view of what the future could be. You start playing those games. It's a lot. You stop playing those games. You stop falling for the silliness, right? So we raise up our glass to this moment and we say, Ashe, from this moment we move to the future generations. One of my future generations, one of my futures just walked in this door. You know what I'm saying? We raise our glass to our future because we pledge to give them space. We pledge to give them time. We pledge to give them the resources so they can move our people to the next level, so that they could build their monuments to greatness. Raise our glass, and guess what we say? Thank you, Gina G. As Gina G said, we say Ashe. From there, family, we move on. We move and we toast all of our relations, and we say Ashe from all of our relations. We move on, and we raise our glass, and we toast. Oh, this is for that selfish toast. This is for you. Especially those of you out there doing the work. I know this make y'all uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? Because I got to recognize you. Because a lot of people don't, you know what I'm saying, they don't want to give up the promise. I'm going to give it up. This is for you. Because people get jealous when you want to just, every now and then you got to pull to the side and and re-energize yourself so when you can move towards being the greatest you possible. We toast and we say, I say, from there, we move and I toast the most beautiful, the most magnificent, the most uplifting, outstanding, and the wisest individual in the room. The world shaker, the world changer. That is you. I raise my glass to you and we say, Ashe. Where my glass at? Where my glass clacker at? Oh, these all my children and took all my shit and just, I can't keep nothing. We say, God damn. Should I say, God damn or God bless? I mean, I'm glad I got my babies, but damn, they be touching shit they don't need. Why would you touch my copper cup? What would you need with an incense holder burner? Why? We raise our glass and we say, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Damn. And we sip up. Yeah, sure. My kids is plotting. They want me to die so they could take my show. I already know what's going on. The future's prepared. And sometimes, family, you got to be prepared for what may happen. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes the young lions, yeah, go and plug it up, baby. Sometimes the young lions want to steal your shine and shit, and you got to paw them down every now and then. It's cool, you know, but, you know, just know that Sasha and Gina got their eye on hosting the Daily Toast, and any day now, you know, they may eliminate competition, which is me, by the way, so that they could go on and just rule, you know. But as long as the family is behind me, turn it off so it can charge. Okay. But as long as the family behind me, we cool for now. We got to start watching. We got to watch out for them, but we got to encourage that, right? Because they won't allow us to get comfortable. They won't let us sit still. We got to always be moving and getting better and moving to the next level, because if not, they be like, sit your old ass down, right? So I got to stay on top of my game because she coming. Gina coming, right? She coming. She got a little phone now, charging it up, and in a minute she going to figure out how to get her own service because her daddy refused to give her service, because I see what these little girls be doing with these cell phones. Family, it's nothing nice. It's nothing nice. You got an LG phone charger? No, I don't. It ain't an LG. You just need a regular. That's an old phone. You should have got the phone charger from your grandmama. So I'm on my show. I love you, but don't get away from me, kid. You bother me. Get away. So, you know, it's a powerful thing, family. So anyway, so today I want to have a conversation. We got all types of stuff we could talk about. I got a few things on the timeline that we could cover, but because you know, y'all need to bear with the old man here, because I want to go back in my timeline and I want to find the interview with Young Boozy. Because I want y'all to see how the process of understanding reparations happens. All right? Because the reason I want you to see the process, I want you to hear the process, because I'm not going to show the video. I want you to hear the process so that you understand that a lot of times we might come from a standpoint, because I've been guilty of this, where everybody understands what you're talking about, or everybody should, when in fact, the fact of the matter is that a lot of people have no idea what the fuck you talking about, or even understand why you mad. You know what I'm saying? And you get upset and be like, you know, nobody understands me. I feel crazy. You know, to them you are, because it's like, hey, we're living in the greatest country in the world. You have all the possibilities and all this. You know what I'm saying? Your ancestors was brought over here, you know what I'm saying, in the most comfortable conditions that the white man could afford. And they put us up in nice places that they call plantations, where because it was so many of us, they couldn't afford to, you know, And we helped them build this country, and we all did it together. And there was a few problems because all the facilities couldn't fit all of us, so they had to separate them. White folks, I don't blame them. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be around black people either. You know what I'm saying? So this is the mind state that you're dealing with. So when we're talking to them about reparations, when we're talking to them about history, we have to understand that we almost have to go back to the basics in many of the discussions. Now, I was kind of hinting towards this coming into the holiday season, because around Thanksgiving, between Thanksgiving and New Year's, we got at least two major holidays, that Thanksgiving and that Christmas, where families come together. And those holidays and those family reunions where we come together, we need to be able to have the discussion, because these are the voters. These are the people that's possibly making money, where y'all could build a family fund, or you could get them involved with the organization that you're involved with, so that y'all can start building up a fund together that y'all could use money for action. You could use the little bit of money you get for obtaining power. That's what it's about. See, because, enough of the politics so that we can show that we made it. Enough of the politics so that we can get some status as politicians. No, we need politicians for the people, made by the people, that are responsible to the people, or at least that will carry forward the agenda that the people that voted for them, or a portion of the people voted for them, you know what I'm saying, they can carry forth that agenda. They could be the voice for that group. Well, 40% of my constituents is talking about reparations, so if I want to stay here, I have to address this group in a way letting them know that I am for my constituents. I'm not necessarily for my party. I'm for the people who put me in office. We got to start making sure that we start developing those politicians, because a lot of those don't exist yet. So we got to have the vision now to be able to create the space for those type of politicians. Create the space for that type of leader. Now, we need to work on that now. And that may come out of a lot of our families. It may come from some of the older people that we might be talking to, you know what I'm saying? Because, how can I put it? A lot of the people that's in the baby boomers, they're holding on to the little bit of wealth that we do have in America. Right? And they may be the ones that may be able to invest in making sure that some of these young people are able to do some of the stuff they need to do. You understand what I'm saying? So we have a lot of work to do. So we got to be able to hone our skills so that we can have those conversations. And then also hone the skill to know when, all right, it's enough. I'm going to stop. I'm going to move on. Because some people will make you mad. Because the depth of, you know what I'm saying? Have you ever been at a place where a motherfucker who never talked about politics, don't know nothing about economics, none of that shit, becomes an expert? And the only reason that he's able to talk, or she's able to talk, because they're the loudest motherfucker in the room, and they don't mind getting up and stomping on the floor and putting their hands on their hips, and they talking to you about it, even though you've been doing the work, you've been doing the studies, you've been having the conversations. This person never did it, and all of a sudden you brilliant idiot. But you don't want to say that. You know what I'm saying? Because I was at a place, and my mom told me I embarrassed her, because y'all know how I talk. Liquor was flowing, and we having somehow the joke came up where politics, and my mom made the joke, you don't want to talk politics with him because he about reparations. Somebody, reparations? You started some shit now. So the conversation went to the point where I said, some of y'all ladies need to take your titty up out of Barack Obama's mouth. People got offended because I said that. He's a full-grown man. And if he made a mistake, or I feel that he made a mistake, I, as a full-grown man, should be able to announce the mistake. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't have enough information or enough of the data to really other than you feel that, you know what I'm saying, and say shit like there was only so much that it could, well, what the fuck you in power for? We got to stop playing that I'm doing politics to fit in to I'm doing politics for power. For power for us. You know what I'm saying? Because he did good for himself, but for all of us, nah. So let's go on into this boozy piece because I want y'all to hear this. Is anybody out there? Probably talking to myself. But it don't matter. Y'all know how Brother Hatim do. It don't matter. He's gonna talk. I just talk to myself. That's what I do. Just talk to myself. But that's how I start, family. I'm passionate about this. I'm passionate about the growth of my people. I'm passionate about where we are. You know what I'm saying? So, all right. Before we get into that, let's do this. I want to do this. I want to play a little bit of music. But let's do this. Because I got it. I'm on it.
Hour by hour. You lose your history. You lose your power. Minute by minute. Hour by hour. You lose your faith. You lose your power. If it is to be, it's up to me. I feel good about myself. I feel good about the people around me. Around me. It will follow me for the rest of my life. Because I walk with good. And I talk with good. And I am good.
Get out of here.
And that feels
Get out of here, you interloper.
What's great? You shall be great again. Lose not faith. Lose not courage. Go forward. Uplift the race. Hooray!
I'm back. I stepped away for a second. You see the young lion tried to jump up and take my space? Did y'all see that? It only takes a second. Oh, slip for a second. You know, I get older and, you know, I've been drinking coffee. Y'all just see me do the, now for those that like that ambrosia and you drink coffee, man, some young, fresh ambrosia. I like it old too, but the young, fresh ambrosia and some coffee is the bomb, huh?
We should do coffee ambrosia.
Coffee ambrosia. Now, Gina you know what? We might try that. Coffee ambrosia. I get some coffee beans, but I don't know how that's going to work, Gina G. But we could try that. All right. So, let's move on to Boozy Badass. So, now, I just want to preface this because Brother Kwame, with your hating ass, just because it's your day, you ain't always got to try to call a nigga out. My hands is clean. I cleaned them after the crime. Come on, man. But this Boozy, and this is him on Vlad, so it's maybe about 4 or 5 minutes and we'll stop. You know what I'm saying? Because I want y'all, because I'm going to stop and do some commentary so we don't get, you know what I'm saying, flagged for playing somebody else's stuff. Because, you know, Vlad probably will sue. I mean, he probably won't mess with us, but we small. But we growing. So, listen. It is.
All right, so last question.
All right, so, of course, it's a longer interview if you want to go back and check it. This is supposedly the last question. And listen to the question.
What do you think about reparations?
Who?
Reparations.
What that is?
That's the government giving money back to the descendants of American slaves based on...
What that is. See, this is what we dealing with because we think that everybody understands. The brother didn't understand, but I want you to hear when the light comes on. Now, the question I want to ask, is the light coming on because he's being interviewed by a white gentleman who's in agreement with reparations? or is it light coming on out of understanding the genuine need of his people? Vlad is interviewing Boozy.
Boozy is Bookie. Uncle Bookie.
Based on what happened to them.
Uncle Bookie.
So
I'm backing it up a little bit.
Damn.
I like that.
That's
what that is.
the government give.
What that is. I love that.
What do you think about reparations?
Who?
Reparations.
What that is?
What that is. I like that.
That's the government giving
cousins.
money back to the descendants of American slaves based on what happened to them.
So they gonna give us money back? Everybody, you owe the.
He stops. He say, Vlad wasn't necessarily ready to answer the question because Vlad is about to go into his take on reparations, which I should skip because I don't give a fuck about Vlad's view of reparations. But hey, let's go.
Owe the whole world. You owe everybody black. If you saying it like that, reparation, and they can pay everybody, bro. They can pay everybody back. Just give all the black people money for. That's how I feel. If that's reparations, that's the reparations I'm gonna see. Everybody who black, ancestors black, deserve a check. You know, you gotta forget, Vlad. At the end of the year, they rip up hundreds of millions of dollars, bro, and throw it away. You can throw that to the black people for all the slavery. That'll be some real shit. I'd do that if I was president. I definitely would do that for our ancestors.
Who's it for president?
So we can reap what they've been through. That'll be some nice shit, dog.
All right. So now, this is the first level of coming into an understanding of reparations. He said everybody black. Right? He hasn't gotten into the point of where it's specific. Because it's important that when we're coming with arguments, we get very specific. Because all black people getting reparations is already a hard thing to sell anyway. Because nobody want to pay back a debt. My wife reminded me that I owe her car. Like, nobody ever wants to be reminded about a debt. And the older the debt is, the more uncomfortable they will make you feel for having the nuts to say, hey, you owe us. Get off of that, please. It's real life here at Gye-Nyame Journey. So, you have to be specific, right? So when you're specific, you are identifying who is owed rather than just throwing the blanket statement out there. But you need to get people to go through this first phase right here where he at. Because now he's scratching his head, really thinking about this.
Well, yeah. Considering what America did to black people, I'm 100% for reparations.
How we got, and we never got paid back. We never got paid.
No.
We never, you let us in.
Now he's going back through history because a lot of people got a little bit more historic knowledge than you know, right? Not a whole lot, but they know enough to be able to say, you know what? We never got paid back. But watch how it changed, because what caught my attention about this interview was it says, watch Boozy Badass get mad when he finds out all the other people who got reparations. Hold on. We ain't even there yet. We ain't what made this hot.
You let us in a school that was still fucking racist. You let us in a school that was still fucking racist. Regardless. You gave us cocaine and all these drugs to deteriorate our whole community. We fucked. We should get some money. We been getting fucked.
I agree. And historically, the Japanese got reparations because they were put in camps during World War II. Native Americans got reparations. That's why you see all the Indian casinos and stuff like that. But black people never got reparations. And I remember...
Indians get money, bro. Indians get checks.
Yeah.
Indians get checks. Yeah, Indians get fucking checks from the government. They get fucking checks. Why the black man don't... see, Vlad, I'm finna fuck with this. I'm finna fuck with this.
The awakening. So you went through the first stage of what that is. To realizing, well, that's right. But it's not really gonna happen. But then the information is presented where you know Japanese got reparations. Native Americans got reparations. So we're just talking about the American government, right? Germany got rebuilt. Do y'all realize that, right? They called that was it started with an M, where they invested a whole lot of money into Europe after World War II. Germany blew that shit up. America built it back. You throw this on the table, this is not enough for your own people to be like, what? Exactly. They won't even think about it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you've been paying taxes your whole life. Your whole life. When you was buying candy, you paid taxes, family. I don't want candy not in Ohio. But when you buy your own clothes and your own shoes and your own socks, and you start buying your own weed wraps or whatever the fuck you was doing, you was paying taxes. And those taxes can be taken and given to all these other people, but not those that laid the foundation for this country. Hold on. But so now he's thinking about this shit. And I'm fucking with this, Vlad. Hold on. Maybe it'll be on the song, one of his next songs.
I kind of feel some type of way about this pussy shit. My Indian partner, they get checks. Why the fuck we don't get checks? We built every motherfucking plantation out. We built every motherfucking thing. Why the fucking black people, and we got whooped, beat, our people got killed, shot down. Yeah, and it's still going on to this day. Fuck. We still getting shot down by the new clan. The dirty cops. Fuck. Cops ain't pulling over, shooting over white kid and Chinese kid. They pulling over, shooting us. Yeah, it's still going down. This shit just calculated now. Shit. They still hunting our motherfucking ass.
I agree. And a couple months ago, I felt some type of way about it. I woke up and I was feeling some type of way about this. And I started doing some research, and it said that.
So now this is where Vlad kind of fell off the reservation because, but you're allowed to make your comments, and allies are allies, right? But you don't allow your allies to dictate what you get, because that means they are no longer your ally. They become part of the conquering class, all right? So let's be clear. So go and finish listening, because he had beef with ADOS.
70% of Americans are against cash reparations for black people. So I did a tweet and I said, I fully support reparations for black people in America, possibly in the form of a free education. And a bunch of people got upset with me, saying, no, we want cash, education is not going to do it. But I know that the cash is not coming in our lifetime, but an education is something that may come in our lifetime. What are your thoughts about that?
We need money. You can slide that education in with it.
Once we get individuals to start grasping, right? What do you say? We need money. We need resources, right? Because Vlad is saying that over 70% of people don't support it. But once again, this is where the talking point from Gye-Nyame comes, where we start talking about the power of the stubborn minority. Now, the stubborn minority in our community for a long time has been the ignorant. Now we need to flip that stubborn minority and start becoming the stubborn minority of those that are thinking. No longer should the most loudest and ignorant individual run the room for us. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck how well spoken they are. We need to make sure that the intelligent voice is heard, right? Or just leave the room, because you're not going to be able to save every room. But you might be able to plant seeds, family, because we got to understand that this whole peaceful reparations is not for 2020. See, and this is where people get it messed up. I got people planning to spend reparations checks for 2020. That's what they thought they was going to do. So after 2020, people going to start falling off. This is when the real work begins, because we got to start mastering and taking control of the political processes where we are. So I don't know what's going on. I keep falling off on Restream.io. The signal is horrible. It seems that my wife want to watch TV or something. It's real life here, Gye-Nyame Journey. Nah, they're just playing with you. Go ahead. Do your thing. But anyway, but I wanted to share that. But hold on. It ain't done yet. Let's go back to Boozy. Because he hot now.
But we need money. Everybody need fucking money. All the money they shredding up, all that supposed to go to black people. Because my Indian partners need them get chicks. Real shit. So we supposed to get money, man. We supposed to get money every motherfucking 2 weeks. Or every motherfucking quarter. We supposed to get money. We been through some... Ain't no race been through more shit than black people. You can't name one race been through more stuff than black people and still going through it. You can't.
That's from somebody who went from... What that is? Reparations. Who? What that is? By the end of the conversation, after reflecting on his life and reflecting on the life of those before, and understanding all the talk that's been in the neighborhoods, because a lot of these conversations that feed into the fact, a lot of people that, okay, man, I'm going to get off the air. You ain't got to help her kick me off the air. But anyway, a lot of those points that support the discussion towards us moving towards a different way of seeing the world already out there, because many of us have these conversations in the barbershops, and we're not able to come up with a solution because the problems that we have been cast into was not only caused by an outside force, but it is maintained by an outside force. So there are things that we can do to alleviate some of the pressure coming, because it's like it's pushing in on us, and there's things that we can do to alleviate some of the pressure. But one of the things that we have to do is force those that help cause this problem to get them to help solve some of these problems, right? And this is why it's important that you have something like ADOS101.com that you can send people to. All right, so I don't know. I think my family want to take over. Unless there's any comments or questions or anybody that want to call in, the black line is open. You can call in and save me.
We're going to hang up in 5, 4...
Get away from here, little lady. Go on. It's real life here, Gye-Nyame Journey. I got people constantly trying to take over. I got to fight for my role as the daily toaster around here, because the youngins is trying to take over. Or when I'm on the air, that's when they want to come on and talk and want to came and drink my damn coffee. It's a beautiful thing, because they learn it. And these conversations will be ringing in their heads as they get older, because they're going to start noticing certain things. So family, also right now, this is the time of year where I try to get back into some Amos Wilson. I would suggest this is the Amos Wilson time of the year for a lot of us. And I'm going to be sharing some of the videos that I am watching as far as with Amos Wilson family. So by all means, you know what I'm saying, go and visit the ancestor. Sasha answered that. when you gave me and I rewarded her.
$5, and I didn't get $5.
Right. So Kwame says, what's 25 times 25, Gina?
625.
She said 625, and then he said, what's 10 times 5?
Oh, 50.
Okay, cool. Good job. Good job. So with that, family, I ain't gonna hold y'all up. I know that it's Kuumba night, and it's early, and some of y'all getting ready because y'all got y'all little events to go to, you know. But,
So we're hanging out.
so we're gonna get off so that the rest of my family can get some of this Wi-Fi because the Wi-Fi is bad. I don't know what the hell Cleveland doing downstairs.
It's just a apartment.
Kwame asks, is Vlad a vampire or what? What the fuck? Yeah, he's a vampire of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? But you know, like I said, I'm of the mind state that every now and then you can find wisdom anywhere. So I listen to a plethora of individuals on YouTube and on Facebook. I'm constantly looking for people that are dropping information, and I suggest that all those Gye-Nyame members and Daily Toasters, you be the same because you can learn something. You don't have to necessarily agree with somebody all the way, right? You don't have to learn. You don't have to agree with somebody to necessarily learn. You know what I'm saying? If you keep, because it's hard for me. But when I'm able to keep my mouth shut, you know what I'm saying, I'm able to learn a great amount of things. And I'm gonna tell y'all out there, it's a lot of good stuff out there, and a lot of good information is coming from people that you might not necessarily agree with. Now, I often share a whole bunch of different things on the channel, so keep up with the news of the time. But like I said, if nobody gonna call in, the call-in number is 614-556-4535. It is up. Tomorrow, I think we have Divine Conversation, and what I am going to be doing is for the Daily Toast, I am going to be streaming live from the Divine Conversation. So the toast will be a little bit different. So, when you tune in the morning, because I will send out the black signal as well as the emails so that you could tune in. There'll be no call-in, but if you have questions that you want to ask, by all means, just type them in, and somebody in Gye-Nyame Journey, by way of the Tawi Village, will try to get your question out there. That is a whole lot of ambrosia.
That's mommy. She said a lot.
It'll be from 11:30 to about 2 with eating and all. So we're going to be eating them all. So family, come on out and join us. It'll be at the Alpha Central Personal Development Shop, 1409 East Livingston Avenue, starting at 11:30 a.m. And we will be streaming live. Now, I would suggest you come out, come out and see it for those who can't. I'm streaming it for those who can't come. You know what I'm saying? So, but yo, with that, let me go and get off here before my kids start fighting. Cleveland is throwing threatening signs to his little sister. So, I get off here and stop a crime from happening. But family, this is Brother Hatim, and I want to thank you for joining us in the congregation of the mighty, the home of the stubborn minority, the place where your hustle builds muscle. This is
Gye-Nyame video.
I'm your host, Brother Hatim. This has been another Daily Toast, and of course, this is a Heart of a Simba production. Well, we strive.
Unblock your own paradigm.
I'm out. You have a great Kuumba.
Great Kuumba. Bye. Peace. Squidward.
When did C? Oh, Gye-Nyame. He been Gye-Nyame.